Toastmasters has made a huge difference in Jeremy's life. Next week, he is making a presentation to charitable professionals in Tampa. And he never would have had the confidence to do that without Toastmasters. But his public speaking skills aren't the only thing he's gotten out of Toastmasters. Today, he'll persuade us to maximize our own Toastmasters experiences by introducing us to his magic cookbook. Please welcome Jerry. Thank you.
Toastmasters? Man, those people must go to a lot of parties or something. What do they, crash weddings and make random toasts? This is the type of thing I thought to myself when the idea of Toastmasters was first suggested to me. My father, whose business I work in, mentioned it to me because we give a lot of public presentations. I joined Toastmasters to improve my ability to communicate and generate confidence in my ability to give financial planning seminars. Mission accomplished. The real reason for Toastmasters, though, is different. Does anyone know the motto of Toastmasters? It's right on the website. Where leaders are made. That's right. Well, now that's interesting. Just used a well, sorry. How does one make a leader? Wouldn't it be nice if we had a magic cookbook like the genie in Aladdin? Anyone else remember the scene in the movie Aladdin? Aladdin asks, "Genie, can you make me a prince?" Genie says, brings up his royal recipes cookbook. Chicken a la king? No. Alaskan king crab? Caesar salad? A tuberté? Ah, to make a prince. Wouldn't it be nice if I was as Orphic as the genie and was able to cast a spell out of my magic cookbook? Too bad I don't have a magic cookbook. Wait a minute. Drum roll, please. That's right, campers. Today I'm going to persuade you with power to bring your leadership manuals with you to every meeting.
Hear, hear.
These leadership manuals are great for the club, which is wonderful, and we've been trying to sell you on the point of bringing these because it's great for the club. Why? We get points when we finish these manuals. Every time someone goes through and gets their Competent Leader Award by finishing this manual, our club looks better. Specifically, we become a distinguished club when we finish 9 out of 10 points on that chart, 2 of which come from finishing these manuals. But that's sort of a passive reason to do it. The more active reason to finish these manuals is for you. Some people are born leaders. For the rest of us, it'd be nice if there was a way for us to learn how to become better leaders. This manual, as Helena so actively pointed out to us, has this lovely completion record where you can look down and see Project 1, listening. Project 2, critical thinking. Project 3, giving feedback. These are all projects that help you learn how to become a better leader. But Jeremy, seriously, how does filling the role of awe counter make me a better leader? Because I can tell you how many somebody said that day, I'm all of a sudden going to be able to lead an army into battle or something like that? Well, that's a great question. I wish there was some place I could go to look for an answer to that question, a reference manual or something like that. Wait a minute, right here! Oh my goodness, Project 1, listening. According to Project 1, listening is an important leadership skill. Through good listening, you can acquire information, identify and clarify issues, make decisions, and resolve conflict. A leader's listening skill plays a major role in team building. Well, how does the awe counter apply to that? Well, what are you going to get graded on when it comes to awe counter? It says right here, the awe counter devoted his or her entire attention to all speakers and did not perform other tasks while the speakers were talking. So a good leader isn't messing around on his cell phone, isn't chatting with the people around him, is paying attention and giving his full authority and attention to the speaker. Well, what's the next thing he's going to be graded on? The Outcounter's report clearly demonstrated that he or she listened intently. So it's not just a matter of that facade of eye contact. That's all well and good. But were you really listening? Could you tell me all the wells and so's and ands and ums that I put into it? We'll find out later. But for right now, what we know is that being a good counter helps you on the path to becoming a good leader. All the roles that you're going to fill in Toastmasters lead you down the path to leadership. For instance, speaking today, Project 5, Planning and Implementation. I can get graded for my ability to speak today. I brought my Competent Communicator manual with me, and that's a great manual. But I'm only going to be using it when I speak, which is maybe once a month. That means the rest of the time, probably close to 3/4 of the time, I'm going to need this manual. And even today, when I was speaking, the speaker delivered a well-developed speech that demonstrated planning and forethought. Did I? We'll find out. The speaker displayed confidence in the quality of his or her speech. These are all things that talk about planning and implementation, another very important leadership tool. All of these things fall right in your manual. Find them. Go down your completion record. You don't, as Clayton pointed out, have to do all the roles in the manual. That doesn't mean you shouldn't know them and know what you would have been graded on if you did need that role. Very, very valuable. Bring this manual to every meeting. I'd like to end where I began, talking about why I joined Toastmasters. I thought it was because I was terrified of public speaking, and that was true. But what I've learned since then is I was actually internally daunted by the idea of leadership, or the fact that I may have to take over my father's business one day. Those are some big shoes to fill. I may have even been a little scared of succeeding. Today, I stand before you having taken on a greater leadership role in my family's business, having accepted the role of treasurer of the Greater Orlando Jewish Federation, and of course as the president of the Articulators. And it all started with a few recipes out of this cookbook. Bring it to every meeting and bake your own recipe for success.